Hey guys, my name is Sophia Cho, and the first part that was asked about this speech was in the post, describe a little about what you've learned about public speaking delivery this week. So, what I learned was to always choose a topic that you believe in and are passionate about because that way your speech comes off more interesting to the audience, it comes off more natural, and it comes off more conversational. If you choose a topic that you do have to research because you have no information, like no idea what it's like the origin or like the background, and you just really have to research the whole thing. Students can usually tell that you are struggling to remember all that new information about that topic. So it's just easier to choose a topic that you know something about before you researched it. The second part that was asked in the speech was something introduced to you that you never related to delivery before? And yeah, I was reading chapter 7 and looking at the video posts, and what came up really shocked me because it said that students interpret the tone more than the actual words, meaning students will be drawn to or the audience will be drawn to the speaker more because of how they're saying it instead of what they're saying, and that really just that was interesting. The third part that was asked was, what parts of delivery do you think will be your biggest challenge to accomplish in your own speeches? The biggest challenge for me in my speeches will definitely be to adjust the rate of my content, situation, and the audience. Because usually what happens when I get in front of the audience, I'm worried I'm not going to remember everything that needs to be said. So what happens is I rush through what I'm saying, so everything that is going through my mind, I'll say in that moment, which obviously doesn't give me time to adjust the tone and the rate of emphasizing what I'm saying. It really just sounds like I'm reading a report, and it doesn't sound natural at all. But that could definitely be worked on by just really knowing my material. So I just really have to practice for my next presentation for that. And fourth thing that was asked was, in the same post, you will also identify 3 times during this example speech where you notice the speaker's delivery having a clear impact on the message being delivered. So first was at 2 minutes and 56 seconds. So he mentions students protesting because a college had lost a game. This actually happened in 3 colleges where students burned furniture, burned cars, and they threw bottles everywhere. He really emphasized this by saying this in a slow rate, paused in between, and this really just showed how that the loss of these games put a negative effect on these college students, and this was very effective in the way he said it. The second thing was at 3 minutes and 32 seconds, he mentions how college students spend 50 to 60 hours per week on sports, and he really emphasized this by having exaggerated facial expressions and bodily movements, and he kept moving up and down just to emphasize how ridiculous this sounded. It just showed that most of the students at these universities chose sport over their future careers, because education is what promises them that. And this was effective in the way he had those exaggerated movements and facial expressions. Third was at 4 minutes and 32 seconds, 4 minutes and 23 seconds, he raised his voice and put his hands up like this, and he was talking about how the University of Iowa released a press that their funds of $2.5 million went towards the football fund, and this is also ridiculous and he emphasized this with his arms, and his voice was very in a mocking kind of way also, but that really does draw the attention of the audience, and it really makes them listen, and this was effective. Overall, the way he emphasized everything was with his body movements, his facial expressions, the rate of his tone, the way he adjusted to pause and effect, and this really helped emphasize on his purposes. And thanks for listening, and that was my speech.